Last October, I started the long process of creating a multi-character fan art for POPCROSS Studios, an artist storyteller here on YouTube. I chose 15 of his original female characters from an ongoing series called Multiverse Tales, and I revealed 1 to 2 of them each week, along with some of their backstory, until finally, almost 3 months later, we had the final piece. Now it's time to do it again, but with 14 of POPCROSS's original male characters from Multiverse Tales. So strap on in and come along with me as I draw these characters, some of these characters being some of POPCROSS's zanier ones. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm showing you guys the layout first again for the overall piece, splitting the heroes and villains into halves, villains on top, heroes on bottom. Though to be honest, it's hard to say that now because several of these characters have redemption arcs, so they no longer fit into the villain category, and some of them aren't around anymore. But before we get to spoilers, I also wanted to do this layout because I'm hoping once I finish all of the guys of the multiverse, then I can combine my 2 artworks into one massive Multiverse Tales fan art. And this will honestly be like a Phase 1 multiverse fan art because, like I said, characters' alignments change and Christian just keeps adding characters into the mix. But it'll be way easier to merge the 2 fan arts together if they have a similar layout, and I can't wait to see what it looks like with all the characters. But we gotta draw all these dudes first. Just like in my previous series, I decided to start with one of the frontrunners of this piece, the co-leader to their multiverse traversing hero group, Sterling Engeal. Sterling comes from the same dimension as Alexis Jones, the other founder and leader of the Sharp Gang, named after Benny Sharp, who we will finally get to in this series. Sterling is a great counterpart to Alexis in terms of leadership, where Alexis has a strong, rigid moral code, making her a more serious, strict person, while many of the morals Sterling does agree with, he's a little bit more laid back and a more jovial, optimistic personality. Alexis believes in heaven and hell, while Sterling admits he doesn't know everything, but believes in reincarnation, and that each past life is a way to learn and do better. Alexis is the battle strategist, while Sterling is more of the guidance counselor of the group, though he shows off his wit and strategy many times throughout Multiverse Tales. Sterling's abilities are flame manipulation, both being able to blast fire and use it to fly, and can excrete living metal from his body, to create an exoskeleton to protect him, and to create temporary weapons. If Sterling's body temperature gets below a certain temperature, though, he is weakened. He also works with Vasilia Kuznet to create a magical armor mode for himself called Silver Nova, though it uses a lot of his energy and can only last for a few moments. But it's a cool power-up moment for sure. One of my favorite things about Sterling, while he is empathetic and quick to forgive, something I personally can really empathize with, his viewpoints get challenged and rocked facing off against the various terrible villains they come across. Some villains turn over a new leaf and become friends with Sterling, grateful for his kindness and compassion, while others continue to challenge Sterling's upbeat demeanor and just might not be redeemable. Tarsa. Another weak point for Sterling is that he is attracted to danger. Every woman he has dated has been dangerous in some ways, which just makes it very comical to his personality. I covered this in Astra's video, but Sterling dated Astra's disguised self Diamos, the alleged daughter of Lucifer from their dimension, and after her quote-unquote death, Sterling didn't start dating anyone again until he met unkillable Kate in Baxel's prison. Sterling again brings in a lot of characters to the Sharp Gang, including several that I will talk about later on in the series, but also including Jake Tajan, Unkillable Kate, and Anna Fens from Baxel's prison. He also helped find Jake and Anna the equivalent of Professor Xavier's School for Gifted Students, the Trismegistus Academy, which is an ongoing series that POPCROSS is doing. Again, Sterling's kindness, patience, and compassion really makes him an asset to the Sharp Gang, being able to help Kate with her trauma and rage, helping villainous characters come to a better place in their life, being a mentor to their younger members, Jake and Anna, and helping Alexis see the brighter side to situations that they might not have thought of. Sterling's unwavering optimism brings a lightheartedness to the Sharp Gang when they need it, and he's definitely an excellent co-leader to this group of heroes. If you guys are looking forward to this series or like my art, feel free to like or subscribe to this channel, and you can see all of these fully rendered images over on my Instagram. But if you got to the end of this video, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! And by the time that this series is done, it'll probably be time for another board game update.